Hello artists and friends, Buddha Teddy here to give you my review of Smpl notebooks. I originally encountered them via the Explore tab on my Instagram. I kept seeing artists send in their pieces for submission to the original Instagram, and I thought it was neat that their customers had so much love for the notebooks and would send in their pieces. And not only that, the company itself, Smpl, would feature them, and a lot of their Instagram is other artists and people who have sent in images and designs that they've done on their sketchbooks. So that's what got me intrigued, and I looked into it, and I noticed that they had a very low price point, and I thought, oh, maybe they're selling them in bulk, maybe they're just doing this for companies that are selling massive amounts or something. But I looked into it, and it actually is a very low price for one book. It's about $1.50 for a 40-page notebook, and I was like, oh wow, that's awesome. If you wanted to get quick sketches in, this is the way I'd want to do it. I don't want to have to feel like I spend $10 on a notepad or an actual like hardbound sketchbook just to have cheap whatever warm-up sketches in. I'd rather save the more expensive paper, more expensive journaling books or sketchbooks for the more serious pieces. So I contacted them and said, hey, can I get a book for review? I'll post it up on my Instagram and YouTube so that you guys can get some exposure because I like what you're doing here. And they said, cool, yeah, we'll send you some stuff and just give us your address. Cool. Gave them my info. Soon enough, boom, I got the package. Not only did they send one sketchbook, but they sent me three. I have a very small brown one, a medium-sized black one, and a tall and thin light gray one. It came with 2 stickers and a metal button pin. I thought that was just awesome, as well as a note of thanks, because I was worried, like, what's going on? Why is it so cheap? But no, it's really not. It's just a good company wanting to sell a very basic product because not everyone wants or needs a more high-end notebook for sketching or notebook for a diary or a journal. So here's on screen the smallest one that I tended to sketch in, and that's because I felt like I could just fill up a page easier with just everyday warm-ups and stuff like that. So I found myself gravitating more towards that. Plus, I'd like to carry it around with me when I was going out in my normal everyday, and whenever I had an idea, I could just sketch it out, and it was perfect for that. The medium one, I'm still trying to get myself through because I do have another sketchbook that I was using beforehand, which is why this has taken a little bit longer than normal. With the tall and thin one, I wanted to get a different perspective, right? I knew I was going to get through all 3 sketchbooks within a reasonable time for this review. So I ended up giving that one to my girlfriend for her journaling at night or whenever she needed to just write out whatever she needed to get out as her diary. And that way I can give you the artist's perspective, but also someone who would just use it for everyday journaling or a diary. And everything that I've experienced and everything that she's experienced with these notebooks has been good, right? She found it very nice that it was a tall and thin book so that she could have essentially a long column of writing instead of feeling like she has this whole big page, because the actual pages are narrow. She could get through 7 sentences easier than with a fatter notebook. And she was like, that's really great. I would look into getting more of these if you can. And I was like, definitely, I'm liking it too. So when I got into mine and really started getting into it, I noticed a couple of things. So here are my pros and cons for these books, right? The pros are that the books are thin, they're light, they're portable, easy to just open them up, give quick sketches in, put them away. They come in multiple sizes, multiple styles, and they're cost efficient for what you get, right? When you buy a $10 sketchbook, you're getting a hardbound book that's going to be for all around art, big pieces, small pieces, sketching, whatever. These, you know, it's just for your warm-ups or just for a way for you to get out ideas when you're on the go, or any other daily task that's just quick and easy without having to put, 5 or 6 hours into a piece. So the cons of these notebooks that I found were that the paper was too thin, right? Because of this thinness, it wouldn't give any texture. It would warp with extended usage, and because of the warping, it would keep the book open. I mean, these are all small issues that would be negligible to others. For me, it was more of just like an annoyance, not too big of a thing. These pages are too thin for them to really be used with markers or any other medium. So if you're using this for a general sketchbook, I would stay away from paint or watercolor or markers, because the actual paper isn't thick enough to withstand mediums like that. When it comes to the actual thickness of the book, I thought the thickness was fine, but there just wasn't enough paper, right? Now, I understand as a business, you want to have cost effectiveness, and part of that is if you're going to have a selling point of a buck 50, you're going to only be able to fit so much paper in there for it to still make you profit. That was a con. So if you're looking for a 200, 300 page sketchbook, you're going to have to buy multiples of these, because there's only 40 pages to the notebooks that I was given. They have 40 pages, 20 front and back sides. These are just my suggestions. One, I would offer more sturdier versions. Now, specifically, what I'm referring to is maybe the backing of it, or have just the outside front and back cover be a thicker paper so that you don't have it feel so flimsy. Offer different paper weights, right? If you had a thicker paper in the inside, it would, one, make it sturdier, but also make it more available for more people. So if you wanted to do quick watercolor sketches or marker sketches in there, you could do it. If you are able to, I would also suggest putting in textured papers, because that way you can also have different styles for more people to get into. I know on the writing side of it, it can give it a little bit more of a elegant style with a textured paper. I would offer more paper per sketchbook. I know that would increase the price a little bit, but for right now, at a buck 50, that's way cheaper than I've ever found. I wouldn't even mind paying $3 for a sketchbook with, let's say, 120 pages or something. That would be awesome to me. As for my ending notes, I love the books because they're light, they're cheap, easy to just use whenever. There's nothing like just going out in the day and always knowing that you have a sketchbook on you, and you don't have to worry about, am I dinging up this $10 sketchbook in my book bag, or um, am I wasting my money by putting, just warm up sketches and doodles in this expensive Bristol board or whatever your sketchbook may be. So it was nice having that around. It does lack some stuff that, I look for in a sketchbook, though I don't hold that against Smpl at all. I understand their vision, I understand what they're going for, and I love it. I definitely support Smpl and other small businesses, so this was just a perfect product for me. I think that these guys have the right idea on how to make a good product for a cheap price. I feel that if they had more business, they could expand into some of the tips that I've suggested, and I hope that they are able to. I fully support these guys, and I will be getting more of these books in the future. Thank you for listening to me ramble and give the review on Smpl Notebooks. I do hope you check them out. They are on Etsy. I will leave a link down below. And if you want to, send them support, please do. Let them know I sent you. I love you guys, and I will see you later.